Hello. My hair is so awesome right now. I just got done riding my bike to and from the library, so the wind was blowing on my hair, making it stick up in a very unusual way. And this is a test of me recording a video on my iPod, which I don't use very often because, I don't know, I guess it's just not as convenient to record videos on it as my laptop. But I'm testing it with the headset to see if that removes the staticky noise that I usually get when I just record using the internal microphone built into my iPod. So that's an interesting thing. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting day because I'm so busy and it takes me so long to get through my emails. I try to check my email twice a day, but I get all kinds of Facebook notifications because I don't want to miss anything. But then it gets overloaded with all kinds of crazy stuff. Like there will be a thread with, like 100 comments. So then I get like 100 emails in my inbox for like every comment. So that's kind of interesting. So, but yeah, I like all the interesting stuff I'm into on the internet. It's just, man, it's too much. And on top of that, I've been reading some Kindle books a little bit at a time. I'm in the middle of the Newer Testament by Nick Vale, and I'm somewhere around halfway through Why Evolution is True by Jerry Coyne. And I like to read, but then there's all this other interesting stuff, so many discussions. But one thing that's bothering me lately is that people just want to argue. You know what I mean? Like they really just want to argue for the sake of proving they're better than people. I'm just not into it. I'm not into this whole thing, well, if you're going to make a statement, then you need to prove your evidence and all that crap. We can't even prove our favorite color. We can't prove that you can't prove anything in the past, not for sure. And people just make all these statements that things are, facts. I understand, that there's things that should be believed, we have a certain amount of confidence that certain things are true or false, but sometimes I think people carry it too far. And another thing that really has bothered me is how people have different meanings of God, universe, free will, all that sort of stuff. Because, I, will use a word based on its definition in the dictionary I'm using, for example, like universe being all that exists everywhere. And then people are saying, but that's not what people mean by the universe. They mean the universe, known universe since the Big Bang or weird stuff like that. And I'm like, seriously, can people just agree that certain words mean certain things? I mean, I agree with Trick Slattery. It's like, if you start referring to the big flaming ball in the sky as moon, well, then people are going to confuse when you tell them you've got moonbird and weird stuff like that. There is a common usage, at least in a certain geographical location, of the meaning of certain words. And that's the thing is, when I talk about the universe, I'm talking about all of reality, all of the cosmos, whatever. And when I talk about God, for example, I'm talking about the big old man in the sky who's upset about whatever the humans are doing. The so-called omnipotent creator, ruler, sustainer of the universe, whatever. Which, of course, obviously isn't the same thing like George Ortega means, because he means the universe when he talks about God, which is just confusing. And then, what's interesting, the final thing I want to mention is people who have different definitions of free will. Compatibilists, they'll use some definition, such as, like a biological organism that, responds to its environment in desirable ways or something crazy, like that, and these compatibilist definitions often would give an earthworm or a plant free will. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. I mean, what happens is, like, do things actually have a meaning? Because part of the problem is when, when you have, I like narrow definitions. Like that, I like a very, very specific definitions. I don't like complex definitions, because it just gets weird, because, oh man, I could just go on forever about this. I need to shut up at some point. But seriously, it's like if people are meaning different things by the exact same words, then no discussion is possible. And you know what? I'm just not going to get into it with people when they do this whole game, like, with the abortion thing. Like, it's not a baby, it's a fetus, and it's not a person, it's a clump of cells, and it's just weird. And I'm hearing, what I hear when they say that? I hear, oh, it's not a cow, it's beef. It's not a pig, it's bacon. And I'm like, get real. It's the same thing. We know it's just another name for something. That's like, it's not a shoe, it's a sandal. It's not a blanket, it's a thing you wrap around yourself while you sleep in your bed. I mean, it's not water, it's dihydrogen monoxide. It's not water, it's H2O. I mean, come on, people. Please. I mean, there comes a point where I'm just going to have to quit discussing certain things with certain people. Because who has the time when people just want to play word games like that? Well, anyway, that's enough of my silly rant for now, but that's just my frustration recently. Recent events have got me all frustrated about people and their word games. This is why I just want to relate to non-human animals.